On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we have the preview of the May glossy edition of the magazine. We go over what you need to know about the Dreamboat contest that starts May 1st. We have all the upcoming events and fishing tournaments, and I will share with you my intel from around the island and our correspondents check in from around the island, all here at thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
Today is Thursday, April 27th, 2023, and the glossy May issue is out now. This is a big issue. Springtime is weakfish time, and Tom Melton has all you need to know about them. The start of the fluke fishing is getting near. One of my favorite places to catch fluke is in the skinny waters, so check out my article. New Jersey, Delaware managing editor Jim Hutchinson has the latest on the Striper's SAT tagging program. There is a good reason to be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine. You are automatically entered into our Dreamboat contest, and your chance to win a center console from Steigercraft powered by Yamaha. $30 gets you 12 glossy print issues and all the digital issues sent to your inbox. Best deal going on the water right now.
Subscribe to the Fisherman magazine today and compete in the Dreamboat Fishing Challenge. It's the Fisherman subscriber-only season-long, region-wide, multi-species fishing competition to win a Steigercraft and many more prizes. Subscribe, fish, win.
Now let's talk about the Dreamboat with a little recap. Once again for 2023, our famous competition is back, and you could win a brand new Steigercraft 21 Center Console Classic powered by a Yamaha 150 outboard motor, a Humminbird Apex 13 Mega SI chart plotter, and an 87-inch 112-volt Minn Kota Riptide Terra Nova trolling motor, and an Orion Offshore first aid kit for finishing in first place. Our second place prize in the Fisherman Dreamboat contest. You will spend 4 nights and 5 days in Marina Pez Vela in Costa Rica with 3 other friends or family members. And our third place winner will paddle off in a Sea Eagle Fishing Explorer 350 FX fully rigged to fish. This year, the Fisherman subscribers will get more chances to win special wildcard prizes interspersed among 70 slots on the big board. One good fish in any of these top 10 positions across 7 different species categories will earn you a prize in 2023, like a Sonic's Nightwave unit for night vision navigation or an Engel EN80 cooler. There are also 4 different Accurate Fury reels on the Dreamboat big board this season as wild cards, with more high-end gear being added throughout the season. The tournament kicks off again on May 1st, 2023 and continues until November 30th, with all subscribers in all 3 editions eligible. For more information on the tournament, click on the link in the description below. On May 13th, the Freeport Tuna Club will hold their fishing flea market. Admission is free. Then Gray Fish Tag Research is holding their first ever 100% tag and release tournament Thursday, May 18th out of Highlands, New Jersey. Call 844-824-8353 or email roxanne@grayfishtag.org for all the details. Friday, June 9th is the Manhattan Cup. This is a great tournament for a great cause. Then Saturday, June 10th is the South Shore Invitational Charity Fishing Tournament. To get all the details on these events, visit thefisherman.com/events. Now let's go on the map, and I'll tell you what I've been hearing. Starting in the West End, you still have a few days left on the spring tug season before it wraps up. And the fish are on the shallow reefs out of Jones and Rockaway Inlet. Some fish up to 6 pounds have been caught. A few cod are in the mix as well on those pieces. Bass have also been taken at some of the western bridges like the Meadowbrook and Green Island. Certainly, stripers are the main game in town right now for the Great South Bay. Fish below, above, and in the slot are feeding on bunker pods from Smith Point to Robert Moses Bridge. The bite has been a good one, as evident by James and Cole making the run from Shinnecock to get in on the action in Oakdale. All the docks in between are seeing good action on bunker chunks and poppers. I also got my first confirmed reports of bluefish from the Smith Point stretch on the open beach. I heard some decent bass were mixed in with them also. The Mauritius and Fire Island reefs are still hosting a tog bite, and the occasional cod is still being caught alongside them. Out east, the Peconics came to life last week with porgies leading the charge. Jessup's Neck and Rogers Rock were a couple of good spots to fish. Clams and sandworms were both doing well as far as bait goes. The weakfish also made themselves known in the bay last week with catches of keeper fish coming up while porgy fishing. Some stripers are starting to get active in the feeder creeks around the Peconics also. After dark with small swimming plugs has been a good bet for them. Shinnecock also saw action in its backwaters with bass, bluefish, and weakfish chasing down smaller swimming plugs and soft plastics. I also heard the sand beach from Shinnecock out to East Hampton saw waves of fish in the slot last week caught from the surf. Along the North Shore, tog were feeding off Mount Sinai and Port Jeff in 15 to 20 feet of water again. Only a few days left, so take advantage while you can. All the harbors had a good population of stripers feeding right now, with fish of all sizes being caught. Surf casters have been having better luck after dark with small swing plugs, while boaters are using no live bait needed soft plastics, bucktails, and poppers to catch them. Also, just a reminder that the fluke season does open this May 1st. Real exciting stuff. The regulations will remain the same as last year. 4 fish per person at 18.5 inches. News 12, meteorologist Rich Von Ohlen has been catching bass on the western South Shore bays this week. Now let's check in with the weather. Rich.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Let's check that weekend forecast and see what we got going on. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got as we get closer to the weekend. This is a general heads-up, general overview on this final weekend of April. And the water temps, mostly 50s, starting to come up a little bit here, but it's been kind of cool lately. Wave heights, we've got maybe 2 to 4, maybe not as bad very early on Saturday across the east end, but then ramps up very quickly to 4 to 8s, 8 to 12s, all throughout the ocean. It's not going to be a great weekend to be in the ocean, both Saturday and Sunday. The wind may come down a bit. Maybe the Sound, Peconic Bay is okay, the Great South Bay, but Sunday afternoon, still 4 to 8s, 8 to 12s, some rollers in the ocean. The inlets will be dangerous, so just be safe out there. You got an easterly breeze starting to kick up 15 to 20 for Saturday, late morning, midday afternoon. You got some rain Saturday night. Winds really starting to crank from the south. There'll be a window, I think, on Sunday, perhaps. Again, models going back and forth here. Maybe it's not as windy. Maybe it's manageable, especially in the bays for Sunday. That might be workable, but still some chances of rain in the area. North Shore high tides around 7 a.m., South Shore for the mid-afternoon. Temps 50s, a little cool on Saturday, maybe a touch milder on Sunday. Check the guru here and, basically confirming Saturday. What a mess. A lot of east in there, 15, 20, 30, probably a small craft, maybe a gale warning. Little window Sunday. Maybe that's the day to wait for and hope you keep your fingers crossed with some fishable weather. Still the ocean will be riled up, but perhaps you can get some fishing in maybe on Sunday. So look forward to that. Keep your fingers crossed. Be safe. Catch them up this weekend. Matt, back to you.
From Sag Harbor, we have Will and Andy.
Thanks, Matt. Report this week out of Sag Harbor. Season's really starting to kick off, which is very exciting. Already getting reports of porgies, weakfish, and some fluke locally in the area. So that's going to be exciting as we go into spring and really get things kicking into full gear. We're also hearing some nice reports of cod and even blackfish kind of further out east, as well as kind of more to kind of the west off of Shinnecock as well. So that's exciting. We've got a big season ahead, guys. So just getting started and, excited for obviously great time and full summer. So thanks, Matt. Back to you.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. The Back Bay kind of like daytime bite that had been going fairly strong seems to have tailed off a little bit, although there's still plenty of fish around. Pretty good bite going on at night on the typical mag darters, soft plastics, darters, and whatnot. Also, a couple of bluefish being caught at night, so that's pretty exciting. I haven't run into any of them yet. There's a lot of bait around, adult bunkers, spearing, a lot of minnows. Kind of frustrating a couple of nights that I've been out just to hear and see fish busting on the surface and just not being able to match the hatch, or just so much bait the lure just is not going to grab enough of the fish's attention. But things are into full swing. I've heard a couple of fish caught off the surf. I know a couple of weeks back, I guess like Easter weekend, Robert Moses had kind of a surf bite, and they've popped up on the beach. Nothing really dependable in terms of spots, just, popping up here, popping up there. But good to hear. Weakfish and porgies, the Peconic Hampton Lady has had some really good trips with porgies up to 3 pounds. So that's pretty exciting. So kind of, unfortunately the weather this weekend looks kind of amp, but if you get a chance, there's fish are around. So get out there and get them. Just a reminder, the 2023 Manhattan Cup, Friday, June 9th, Liberty Landing Marina. For those of you not familiar, we have a ton of captains and anglers that take out teams of up to 4 people for the day to fish for stripers, blues. It's all catch and release. We also have about 35 post-combat veterans, and our corporate sponsors or teams are the ones that make that possible to get these men and women out that have made really huge sacrifices for us. Phenomenal day of fishing. If you'd like to get involved, don't hesitate to reach out to me. ManhattanCup.com is the website, Instagram, or Facebook, and it's going to be a great day. A number of you have contacted me in the last couple of years and have gotten involved and have not regretted it. So hopefully you can join us on Friday, June 9th. Okay, talk to you next week. Back to you, Matt.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, it's crazy weather. They're talking about rain today, rain tomorrow, maybe chance of rain, maybe not, maybe nice wind, maybe not. They really don't know. We're talking about a coastal storm early next week. We don't know. But to let you know, I have been getting out fishing. Last week, River Bay Outfitters had their meetup, a Jones Beach meetup. It's a free thing. People got together, fished. We did. It was windy and cold, but Brooklyn Tom, he was able to land a few shad. I think about 4 or 5 of them. He was really doing good. And then Bluefish Joe, he had a couple of he had a small striper on and he landed that. But here's the thing: there was a guy from Pittsburgh, right, Alex. He never fly fished for stripers before. He tried. He's never caught any. And he landed his first. Not a big striper, but it was his first. And he was thrilled. He was so happy to actually, he caught albies before and bluefish, but he's never caught a striper. So he was really happy. I've been also guiding a lot on in the Connecticut this week. This past week, I had a young couple. Here's the thing about the Connecticut. They stock brooks and rainbows, and the rainbows are starting to spawn, or they're trying to. They're all females. They don't stock males, so they're all females. They're all laying on their beds. They're not interested in too many things, right? They're swimming from down. They put them down in the lower beats, and they're swimming all the way back to the hatchery. So the upper beats are loaded with these rainbows on their gravels. They're not really feeding that heavily, but throw a big streamer and you annoy them enough, they will strike it. And that's what we've been using. Now, I did have this young couple out on this past weekend. Great couple. They get it. It's not about putting fish in your hand. It's about being out there. And they were learning to cast. They were learning techniques. They were a pleasure to guide. They were really terrific. They had fish on. They didn't land any. But the next, this week, I guided Peter and Franklin did very well. They did very, very well. There again, it was streamers, annoy the fish, and they would strike. And they landed a few really beauts. So there are fish, change your techniques, think outside the box, and you'll catch fish. As far as, fishing the ponds, well, Kenny's been going out there, and he's been doing pretty good on bluegills and small bass and local ponds, really close to the house. It's always fun to just get out. My advice, don't sit at home. Don't listen to the weatherman. Get out there when you can. Enjoy it. It's really is. It's a wonderful time of year. I just love it. And I'll be out there saltwater fishing tonight. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Brendan Rutigliano of Captree Bait and Tackle has the latest from Captree.
Thanks, Matt. I just wanted to say Captree will be open daily after April 29th. Striped bass have been doing pretty well with clams, jigs, topwater, plastics. Even bunker's been working, so I would definitely get out there for striped bass. Fluke starts Monday. We've been getting a couple of bycatch here and there, so it should be a good start. It's a little bit earlier this year than years in the past, but get out there and hopefully we'll start off strong. Blackfish is ending. Green crabs have been working. We still do that $3 deal if anybody wants them until the end of blackfish season. This season wasn't that good as the fall usually is, but we were hoping for a lot and we didn't really get it, but they're still out there. Fall should be good again. Last year was amazing, so just get out there. And just want to let you guys know our gas stock is now open, diesel and premium. Just let us know if you need us. Just give us a call, give us a ring. And we also wanted to mention about the high school tournament that Long Island Rod Company is hosting. It's a school versus school tournament, so just ask us for details if you come in the shop or contact Long Island Rod Company. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys out there. Tight lines.
From Oceanside, we have Captain Joey Leggio.
Hey Matt, what's going on? All right, so the report out of the Debs Inlet area. First off, the bay is definitely coming alive. There's plenty to be stripers. There are plenty of stripers to be caught. The guys over at Magnolia Pier have been posting pictures like crazy. Go see Justin over there in the shop. Definitely fresh bunker over there is key, and definitely some really nice keepers they've been catching over there. The bridge has been holding fish, dock lines, a lot of good stuff to be caught. Also, there's some, with the remainder of the blackfish season, you can still get the blackfish in the bay as well. I've been doing a lot of combo trips since I started the charter business again. We're basically limited out in the stripers, and then from there playing with the blackfish and getting a couple keepers for every charter. The ocean, again, the codfish are there, the blackfish, all the reefs have fish. Bob over at Sea Rogue has been doing a number on the blackfish, so with those couple days left, get over there, give Bob a call. He's got them really well right now. The bay itself, again, too. Either way, if it's bad out there, you can still hit the bay and do a number on them as well. But other than that, everything's coming to life. A lot of fun. Oh, also the Back Bay plugin's really good too. If you guys want to try something else, definitely casting light rods, small little bucktails, small little Kitex, any type of small little lures like that are working well, and surface too. And if you're into the fly rod fishing, that's another way to get them. So that's basically the report that I have for you this week. I'll talk to you all soon. If you guys are looking to get out, you want to get those kids out, give me a holla. I'm running the trips again, doing both bay and ocean on Frankie James Fishing. You can check me out on YouTube. You can check me out on Facebook and also on Instagram. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care, Matt. Back to you.
Let's check in with David Rogers. Dave.
Thank you, Matt. Fishing in the Western Sound is in full swing when it comes to stripers. There are schools of stripers feeding on spearing and peanut bunker all along the Sound. The bigger schools have been cruising outside of the bays in depths of 20 to 50 feet. The bass are responding well to trolling mojo shads as well as soft plastics at speeds of 2.5 to 4 miles an hour. This past Tuesday, I went out and started trolling the mojo shad myself, and in just a few minutes, I hooked up into a slot bass of my own. Jigging the flutter spoon has also been producing big stripers, and the color Dorado seems to be working well. Just make sure to jig close to the bottom where the larger fish hang out. There are adult bunker schools around, and I was able to mark a school on my fish finder this past week, but they are few and far between and mostly still holding bottom. To see a more in-depth video of trolling up stripers on mojo shads, make sure to check out Funky Fishing on YouTube and stay up to date with what's going on around the island. Long Island is full of fish right now, so get out there and get one of your own. Back to you, Matt.
Let's check in with Max Finch from the Connecticut side of the Western Sound.
Hey everyone, Max here from Fisherman's World with another local fishing report. The striped bass fishing this past week has really exploded in our local waters. We got, big schools of migrating stripers pushing on through. I was out yesterday with my fiance and we did a really good number on them on the flutter spoons, docks, and trolling mojos. Places like the OB buoy, 28C, and 11B. Diamond jigging this time of year can be really productive too. I would try places like Green's Ledge diamond jigging and then 11B and the OB. Up and tight in our tidal rivers, estuaries, harbors, and along our beaches, the striped bass and fishing really remains strong too. Guys are, slinging sandworms, small shads, especially with all this peanut bunker around, the small swim shads work really well. To our west, like City Island, Execution, Hempstead, Mamaroneck, down to the Throgs Neck, we're seeing big schools of stripers push on through, a lot of slots and over slots. We haven't seen real big fish yet. They're still spawning up in the Hudson, but everybody's waiting for them to push through. We've seen some nice blackfish, still shallow. Guys are doing really good. The bite's not red hot, but this time of year you get a lot of quality fish. And then on the freshwater side, like trout fishing, the Saugatuck, we've seen some 4 pound trout, but mostly a lot of largemouth bass action, and then some walleye caught. You know, shiners are definitely the bait of choice this time of year, or some worms, but try throwing some small rapalas, those work well. And then the Norwalk River, Saugatuck, and Mianus are fishing really well, and also the Mill River. Small phoebes, small rooster tails, you know, trout worms, your favorite little jigs work really well. And as looking forward, you know, now's the time to get the boat in. It seems like the striped bass fishing has, you know, 2 to 3 weeks earlier in our local waters with, you know, schools of migrating fish putting through. So get the boat in and get out fishing. Good luck.
Remember to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. Check out this video description on YouTube for all the related links and index for specific reports. Please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and their social media pages. If you would like to be a part of our weekly video fishing forecast, we're once again looking for social media savvy anglers for hyperlocal reporting from around the NY Metro and Long Island area, and especially from the beach. So if you're a captain, tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact the producer at tcslibayrat@gmail.com. Keep in mind you can send photos to my email at mbroderick@thefisherman.com for a possible feature in these reports as well.